On the special interview segment on Impact Yobe this week, we'll be speaking with the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Governing Council of the Yobe State University in Damaturu, Ahmed Mustapha Goniri. Thank you for joining us on Impact Yobe interview segment.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, you just finished your council meeting.
Yeah, thank you. As usual, and in continuation of the Governing Council's usual or quarterly meeting, considering various reports coming from the Vice-Chancellor and other subcommittees set up by the Council. The Vice-Chancellor submitted his quarterly report. The Vice-Chancellor reported to the committee, to the Council, the progress so far made, the various committees set up. Main item on the list is the Appointment and Promotions Committee. That committee also submitted, because the Council also directed the management to review the appraisal, the appointment and promotions of the staff of the university, and that has been done. The Council has received that report and approved the report for implementation. This is one of the items deliberated in the Council. And the Council also deliberated on the issue of standard forming of financial reporting. We had some problems with the reporting patterns from the Varsity department, and that has also been corrected by setting up a committee. And this is another committee. That committee has also submitted its report. The Council has also considered that report.
All right, Yobe State University is described as one of the fastest growing university in the country.
That's right.
How will you describe the progress recorded at the university so far?
Yeah, I think that statement was credited to Professor Mahdi, and I think that statement coming from such a very prominent and erudite scholar will go a long way to tell you that it was a true position of what he has seen. You can take a walk and see the campus. You will see the development for yourself. You will see the structures in place. Of course, the TED Fund has done a lot, but I can assure you the state government has done more than what the TED Fund had done. Unlike what some of the some people are describing as some of the state universities as only relying on TED Fund allocation. Our own case is different. If you look at the structures that are put up by the state government are far more than that of what the TED Fund has given. Of course, we are appreciative of what the TED Fund has done and has been doing. But I'm just telling you that the state government has done a lot, unlike the situation in some other universities. So we quite appreciate the development stride in the university. And I can tell you we can compete with any university.
Okay, let's talk about the vision and mission of the university. How is the university delivering on it to the people?
Yes, like I told you, things speak for themselves. If you look at this university started up 2006, and from 2006 to date, if you look at the number of graduates, despite the insurgency, you know, we have gone through so many trials because of the insurgencies. We had about almost 10 years of insurgency. There was a time when this university has to be closed because of the insurgency. We had so many experiences. But despite that, we really appreciate what we have achieved. We really appreciate the mission so far, I think, is commendable, and I think we appreciate what the university has achieved so far.
All right, well, how are you tackling the issue of funding at the university?
Yeah, we have little problem with the issue of funding. The state government has been very helpful. We always, like I told you, the state government has done a lot in terms of infrastructure. And in terms of other funding in respect of maybe salary, completely the salary of staff of this university is being paid by the state government. And we have no problem with that one. Some other allowances, yes, state government is still helping us. Most of the financial needs of the university is being catered by the state. Of course, we know there are competing demands. The government has so many agencies, departments, ministries to take care of. But even with that, we really appreciate the effort being made by the state government. Of course, we can't have it all. And there is no way you have an institution like this to say that you have solved all your problems. But on the whole, I think we are faring very, very well. And the state government has been assisting a lot. TED Fund has also been assisting in terms of staff training, other developmental efforts, laboratory, and all other relevant interventions that the TED usual interventions by the TED Fund. We're all getting it.
How is the council working to ensure industrial harmony in the university?
This is one area we made sure that we had no problem, because from the onset we realized and we are very mindful of the fact that for any organization to function well, there has to be a synergy between the staff and student, between the staff and the management, between the management and the council. In the university, you have what you call the Senate, what you call the congregation, and other relevant departments. So we make sure that we had very smooth relationship between all those departments, all those units, and all that. The governing council, the Senate, the congregation, student union, and the association, we make sure that we have no problem with each other, because we realize that for any agency or any organization to achieve its maximum objective, there has to be some synergy within the system.
What is the management doing to ensure adequate synergy at the institution?
The management, we have the categories we have, the hierarchy we have is, in the university we have the governing council, we have the management, one hand, then the Senate and the congregation. There are levels where issues that are supposed to be taken by the management will handle it at their level.
In terms of adequate facilities.
Facilities.
Yes,
You're talking about facilities.
Yes,
facilities. It all boils down to the support you get from the government. If you talk about facilities in terms of providing conducive environment for students to learn, yes, it's still depending on the government. If you are talking about laboratories or whatever, still it boils down to issue of funding. And once we are getting funding, all those problems are, of course, been taken care of. But like I told you, we have competing demands. But we are appreciative of the level of achievement we had so far.
All right. His Excellency Governor Malabuni must have given the council a particular mandate to carry out based on his passion for education. Would you want to share with us what is that saddened responsibility that is given to the council?
Yeah, the governor is very, very passionate. If you look at his speech when he was sworn in as the governor, he declared state of emergency on education. And we've been mindful of his statement. We visited him. We now told him the implication of that state of emergency. What does it mean? It means all the structures, right from primary school up to university, has to function. If we want education, if we want education to strive in Yobe State. And the governor, being mindful of that, he stood up and lived up to his responsibilities of making sure that the university is funded, the other tertiary institutions are funded, secondary schools are functional, primary schools are functional. Because the university, in Yobe State, for example, Yobe State University is the consumer of finished products in terms of graduates from secondary schools. What I mean by this is this: all those that are graduating or coming up from secondary school, most of them are from poor background, those who cannot be able to go to a far place university. What is the alternative? The alternative is Yobe State University. And being in catchment area is going to be very much easier for them to be here. And the governor has made all he could to make sure that we had conducive environment both for the students and the university council.
All right. Finally, what is the council doing to improve the knowledge of the vice chancellor and other senior officers or staff in the university, be it outside country or within the country?
The main objective of the council is to administer the university. The responsibility of university administration is vested in the vice chancellor. The governing council is a policy-making body. Now, when it comes to impacting of knowledge, that is left at the level of the vice chancellor. It is only when he needs funding for those positions or a study for staff, then he will now bring his request for the council to consider. But for purpose of knowing or pointing at who should go to where, it still rests in the management and by implication the vice chancellor. So what the governing council does is to consider and approve all those requests for study. And that has been doing, we are still doing it. Even today, we consider some requests that is supported by the TED Fund. Because like I told you, the TED Fund also supports us when it comes to training and retraining of our staff, especially for purpose of making them very versatile in the various areas of choosing career. So the governing council has the responsibility of giving its blessing to those who want to go on study, either within or outside the country. So that's basically what the governing council does.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for spending your time with us on Impact Yobe interview segment. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. That's all we have for you on today's episode of Impact Yobe. Don't forget to join us next week for a fresh edition of the program. I am Michael Oshoma. Goodbye.